Hello.
What's going on? Hi, everybody.
We can never do these things right, man.
We never can. Welcome to TeamAOU. I'm Gummy.
I'm Cherry.
And we're playing AfterHours again because apparently you guys liked the first video.
Yeah, it's crazy how you like that.
I'm very surprised. I think it was just our dumbass voices.
I think it was. You know, we have been told by certain people that we need to keep up those voices and also make them sillier.
Apparently, like Editor Bub told us the other day, you guys need to make them goofy. And uncannily so, you guys, Cherry's making Sun sound like freaking Swap Sands from Swap Sands from Undertale. We can never get away from that, can we?
Apparently not. It follows us everywhere, isn't it?
Undertale follows us. It just follows. It follows anywhere that we go.
But are you excited to get into the second episode of AfterHours?
Are you?
Nope.
I am. I am very nervous.
Why? Because your simpness is gonna come out again?
What?
Your simpness?
You know what? Shut up.
No.
If y'all didn't know this, Gummy simps for Moon and I simp for Sun.
I mean, it's not all that surprising, is it, guys?
I don't know how it feels. Like, I know they're different people, animatronics, things?
Yes.
Maybe? I know they're different and they are not technically the same person, but the fact that they share a body, do you think they would have two lovers or one?
I think that would actually be depending. Because, okay, would that make Chirum poly?
Maybe? I honestly don't know. That's a head scratcher.
Because they're the same robot, just different personalities. Both liking this one person. And it's a dating simulator.
Yeah, if y'all didn't realize that by now, what have y'all been doing? This is the dating simulator.
I found it. I'm still surprised that it's free. And I'm just like, I found it and I was like, hey, Cherry, you know how you and I both like Sun and Moon?
You're like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Do you want to date them?
She literally was like that, too. You want to date some animatronos?
You want to date some animatronics that seem like they would not have any love life. Okay, you guys are probably wondering, why would you guys love an animatron?
I guess it all depends on how human they seem.
Also, why would you guys like to date a Sans?
I've been asked that question and I don't think I can answer it.
I know you would.
I know me. Me personally, yes, absolutely. If I wasn't already going to be married, but still.
I am married and I would have also, but you know. Does this make us wrong people?
I don't know. Y'all tell us in the comments, are we wrong for this? Is this wrong? I don't know. We're gonna do it anyway.
Also, guys, we have a Discord.
We do. We have a Discord.
We also have a second channel that both Cherry and I run.
Called BOU Chat.
Yeah.
So,
like, comment, and subscribe. Already done it.
Yeah. But yeah, you want to get started into this madness?
Yeah, and I already have a perfect voice.
Oh Lord. Can't wait to hear it.
Alright.
Okay, editing bub, this is the part where you need to cut it out. Okay? Just saying.
Also editing bub, unless you want to put the intro right here where that specific spot that we told you about, go ahead and put the intro right there.
Ooh.
The music.
Here we go.
Your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that, oh, I knew it. It wasn't up. Hold on. There we go. Oh, I missed a thing. Ah, sorry. That's my bad. I know I have to hurry up and get this done, but now that my adrenaline is starting to wear off, I don't know if I can. I sigh and glance back at Moon, who's giving me a knowing look.
Feeling tired again, Cheryl?
That voice is so good.
I know. All I had to do was do a bit.
Yeah, or not really?
Yeah, I feel like she would lie.
Yeah? Probably a mix of the adrenaline and sugar starting to wear off, I think. Maybe I was hallucinating the rabbit after all. I smile slightly at my joke. Moon, however, seems less than amused, giving me a deadpan stare. I clear my throat, reading the room and taking my flashlight back out. I take my flashlight back out, making my way a few steps past the desk. However, when I look back at Moon, I notice the cable lowering behind him. He points a finger at me as he starts hovering off the ground.
There. I'll be right back.
With that, he leaves, the cable allowing him to maneuver over the barriers of the daycare and disappear. Shrugging and lowering my flashlight, I stay put. Not like I was going anywhere anyway. I eventually decided to sit on the floor with my legs crossed and my chin resting on my palm. Since I have nothing better to do, I look around at my surroundings. Several towers of stacked foam cans, the sparkling floor, and large cutouts of the glam rock animatronics that decorate the place. For a place that's full of kids during the day, it's weirdly organized. Probably because of Sun. He did say that he never left this place, and I can imagine keeping it looking nice is a big reason why. I can't help but feel kinda bad, though. Sun and Moon's entire lives are in this daycare. I know they have each other, but I can't imagine spending all my time in such a small area. My train of thought is cut off when a pair of red eyes peer at me just beyond the barrier. I sigh, pushing myself back up. There you are, Moon. Are we gonna... A loud ringing hits my ears and I jump, dropping my flashlight. What? Covering one of my ears with one hand, I try to pick it back up. And a familiar red haze overlays my vision. With it now back in my hands, I point it in the direction of the eyes. However, they disappear as quickly as they came, and the noise in my ears fades into nothing but the subtle ambiance within the daycare. My arms drop to my sides. I hear the familiar sound of gears and robotics. When I look up, Moon is already re-entering the daycare. I'm not even sure if what I saw was real, or my mind playing tricks on me due to stress. Either way, I try taking deep breaths to calm down my rapidly beating heart, as Moon approaches me, the cable unhooking from his back and retreating back up.
I want to do a quick check around the daycare, just to keep an eye on things. Also, I brought you this.
He gives me an opened can of Fizzy Faz, and although reluctantly, I take it. So, nothing out of the ordinary?
So far, no.
That's good. He stares at me for a moment as I take a long sip of the soda. Somehow, it tastes even sweeter than normal.
Something happened while I was away? Your heart's racing.
Tell him the truth or lie.
Tell him the truth.
I feel like that would be the best course of action, don't you?
Yes, tell him the truth.
Hey, moon points!
Yay! Cookies!
Cookies. Well... Moon's expression softens as he waits for me to answer. I was over here waiting for you to come back, and over there, I point to where I saw them just past the barrier, I saw these red eyes. I thought it was you at first, but then I started hearing this loud noise. Moon's eyes widened slightly. It was the same thing I heard when that rabbit lady attacked me, so... Moon looks to where I'm pointing and takes a few steps towards it.
She was trying to get it.
I don't know? She was just there. And right before you showed up, she just, well, vanished. I can hear Moon's internal fans getting louder.
Hopefully that means that she can't get in here.
Yeah, that would be nice.
The fact that she knows that you're here Isn't good.
You don't say. I take another long drink of the soda, using my other hand to point my flashlight towards the structures. Shall we now? Moon tilts his head at me.
Shouldn't you give it a minute?
Why?
I don't think trying to work with this level of stress is a good thing.
I'll be fine. I've managed the past 12 hours on like 10 minutes of sleep. I'll live. Moon gives me a bewildered look, sighing in annoyance.
We can check on this one generator, then you're taking a break.
Sarcasm or no sarcasm?
Sarcasm.
You want sarcasm?
I feel like sarcasm.
Alright. Sure. Am I lying? Yeah. Moon nods his head at the structures, motioning for me to follow him as he leads me to the next generator. I set the soda can on the ground by the structures before I follow Moon in. He plops down next to the generator, looking over at me.
Go on.
I nod, putting my flashlight down so I can test the generator. The machine's LEDs turn green as the mechanisms come roaring to life. Good, no problems. I do notice that my hand holding the switch is shaking a bit, though. More than normal.
Wrong.
What?
You're just staring at it.
Oh. I switch the generator back off and pick up my flashlight before making my way back out of the structure. After picking up the soda can I left on the ground, I wait for a moment for Moon to follow, lightly tapping my foot on the ground. Moon stands back up, albeit still slouching, and gives me a concerned look.
You sure you're alright?
Yeah? Why? Moon points at my hand holding the flashlight. I didn't realize it, but I'm gripping the thing way tighter than I thought. I loosen my hold on it as I start walking back to the desk.
See why I told you to take a break now?
I roll my eyes. Yeah. Anyway. Moon stays silent, leaning back against the desk as I put down the soda and turn the lights on.
I mark my progress.
And turn my flashlight off. Watching Sun sit on the desk, lightly kicking his legs back and forth.
So, break time?
I sigh. I can't. I have to finish this.
Hey, you said you'd take a break after that one.
Sorry, but I can't keep dragging this out.
Come on, Cherum, please.
Make my way to the cables on the floor, being extra careful as I go sit down, since my hands are still shaking. A lot.
Oh god. Okay, hold on. I gotta do a thing real quickie.
You gotta do a thing.
Uh-oh.
Cherum, no!
What the? Sun suddenly grabbed my wrist, practically drags me away from the wall.
You're shaking. It's not safe to do that now.
Technically, he's not wrong. Hell, I'm practically vibrating. You sure that was a soda and not an energy drink that Moon gave me? I noticed Sun's rays shrink a bit. And he's avoiding eye contact. Sun, what did you do?
Okay, maybe I put some sun drops in the drink. I thought it would help.
He says it so fast that his words are blending together, but I can still understand him. Seriously.
I'm sorry.
Let's go with my wrist staring at the ground like a kicked puppy. Uh-huh. I try to go back to the cables, only for Sun to drag me over to the desk again. Sun, really?
I know I messed up, but messing with cables and machines with shaky hands isn't safe.
I'll be fine or go along with it.
Go along with it.
I don't really think
I feel
that, like the fighting him thing, you know, that just
yeah,
just
I
go
don't
along
think that'll
with
be a
it.
good. Yeah, we'll go along with it. I don't think it would be a good idea. I sigh. You really think so? Sun stares at me for a second before nodding. I raise a brow at him, but decide to stop resisting. All right, fine. Sun doesn't say anything for a moment before suddenly picking me up. What?
Once again.
I notice a cable lowering. Good lord, not again. Sun, no.
be careful this time.
The cable lifts us off the ground much more slowly this time. Okay, he isn't messing around this time. Since he's now rushing this time, the ride is nearly as reckless. Rolling in the air for a few moments before Sun steps onto a small balcony that leads into his room. Okay, why are we here?
Just a precaution, that's all.
Sure. Taking a good look at the room behind us, it feels oddly lonely compared to the daycare. Oh!
Oh my god! No, not that image.
There's a small suitcase leading into the space, which is only faintly illuminated by the bright fluorescent lights behind us. There's some fairy lights strung to the wall, but several of the bulbs are broken or dim. The floor is wooden and looks like it hasn't been swept in ages. There's various random objects strewn around the floor. Plushies, stools, phone shapes, and other things. In the corner next to a small chair is a broken staff bot, its body mangled and its head ripped off. I hear Sun give a nervous chuckle, clearly noticing me staring at his, well, less colorful living space.
Welcome to my room?
Ask why it's messy or ask why it's dreary. I think dreary, maybe. Less
Be
colorful.
nicer.
Yeah.
Would be nicer. Huh. For someone so happy, this place feels sad. I don't mean that as an insult or anything, just the vibe I'm getting.
No, I get that. Normally, we don't get visitors, and we're so busy that we never really considered it.
Huh.
Well,
Goes and plops down on a single beanbag chair in the corner of the room.
whatever you want to do up here, feel free.
Okay. I'll look around a bit, seeing if anything in particular catches my eye. One corner is covered in various drawings, most likely from the kids Sun and Moon look after on a daily basis. There's also a few messy rag dolls and other little things made to look like them, placed neatly on a small table. In another corner, it appears to be a hole in the wall leads into another room. My eyes land on Sun again. So pretty.
Oh my gosh. You're so cute. Ah.
I can hear you squealing.
Sorry, my bad.
You're fine. The damaged staff bot rests in his lap as he tries to reattach his head. He doesn't seem to notice that I'm watching at all. Seeing how careful he's being with it makes me wonder how the bot got up here in the first place. But maybe I should leave that question for later.
Ask about the drawings or investigate the small room. I think we need to see the small room.
Small room?
Small room.
Small room. The hole in the wall is just big enough for me to crawl through. Dust greets me on the other side. Lots of dust. Dreading the oncoming sneeze fit, I take a look around the small room. Some glam rock drawings occupy the wall. Boxes cover the floor. Clothing racks join the drawings. There's also a random wooden board. Is this a spare storage room or something? What catches my eye the most, though, is a Soul arcade machine in that far left corner. It's really dusty and looks like it hasn't been touched in decades. Above the screen reads the title of the game, Balloon World. Despite the game clearly being abandoned for a while, the screen still flashes between leaderboard and a screen reading Insert Coin in a pixel font. I don't have my wallet on me right now, otherwise I would give the game a try. Maybe I could return before I leave, if I have time. For now, there's not much else to see here. However, as I make my way back through the hole, I noticed the lights in Cinnamon's room are out.
Actually, scratch that, they're just gone.
The lights burned out.
I jump slightly, turning to see Moon right next to me, holding the coiled up lights as he goes to sit in the beanbag chair. Oh.
I can't say I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this. People in charge of this place aren't known to search.
Nah, I'm not arguing with you.
I will give them credit for them being stingy. I might not even be here right now.
What?
Remember that bug we've been mentioning?
I nod. Moon leans back in the chair a bit, facing the ceiling.
If you want, I could tell you something.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. It would definitely explain some things. Like how Moon got the red eyes and why the generators are in the play structures. I nod before dragging a small cushion a bit closer to where Moon is and sit down.
Where do I start?
Well, is that why they closed the daycare? How did you deal with it? Maybe like how did you deal with it? How exactly did you two deal with that bug?
I'd say Sun was the one who left the lights in here. The lights in here were kept on all the time, meaning Sunny was always active. As for me, I wasn't in full control of myself.
So the bug mainly affected you?
Technically. However, I would be lying if I said Sun wasn't affected at all. While the staff was using the generators to do with me, Sun was left on his own. I won't go into detail, but I can't imagine what that felt. Sun would go weeks without seeing anyone, while still having me to deal with.
He sighs, arms spreading out onto the floor as he stares at the ceiling.
Should have fought against that bug harder than I did.
Well, that certainly clears some things up, but it still doesn't answer everything. I still have no idea what exactly the bug did to Moon, but from what I can tell, it sounds pretty bad. That and how the bug came about in the first place is still a mystery to me. Maybe now isn't the time to ask. You weren't in control, that's concerning.
You weren't.
Yeah, you weren't in control. Moon points! Well, you weren't in control of yourself, right?
Wasn't good.
Then stop being so hard on yourself. I'd say you're more than making up for it now, and I think Sun agrees with me.
Yeah, he does.
Exactly. Oh my god! Whoa! Hello!
Hi, handsome.
Well, don't you look sultry? Sultry smooth.
Why does he look this way? Oh my god!
He's so fluffy! Look at his little hat. It's so cute.
I know, he's so fluffy. Is he bald?
Maybe. Maybe. A small smile creeps onto Moon's face as he sits up. Look at that little face. It's so cute.
If only the rest of the stuff were just as nice. How you feeling, though?
What?
Is all the extra sugar starting to wear off?
I completely forgot about that, even though that's why we're up here in the first place. I've stopped shaking, which is definitely a good sign. Yeah, I think so.
Right then.
Moon gets up and walks to the balcony as the cable lowers to his level.
Ready to continue?
Yeah, one sec. Checking my phone for the time and any new notifications, I push myself up off the floor, one hand on the curtain-covered wall for support. However, I feel something stick to my palm when I pull my hand away. Peeling it off with my other hand, I realize it's a piece of paper that's likely been taped to the wall. What catches my eye, though, is one word written in bold black letters. Missing. I don't get a good look at the small poster before Moon's voice snaps me out of it.
Jerome.
Yeah? I quickly cover up the poster with the curtain before speed walking to Moon.
The lights from the daycare shining onto the balcony cause the moon to transform back into the sun. Who waves at me?
Ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Wasting no time, Sun picks me up and brings me back down to the desk. My mind wanders back to the poster. The only other detail I got from that was that the victim was 7 years old. Just a kid.
So, what did you think?
Huh?
Of what Moon told you about that bug?
Oh.
Must have been hard for you both. It's a bit worrying. That must have been
Must have
hard.
been hard
Yeah.
for both of you. Yeah.
Sun points.
I think it must have been really hard for you two. Since Moon wasn't in control of himself, you were basically isolated in here for what, weeks? Sun sighs as we walk back to the desk, unhooking the cable from his back.
I don't really like thinking about it, but yeah. It does make me appreciate how things are now, though. It also makes me appreciate having Mooney around, too. Not having him around for that long was not fun.
Shrug. Hey, I'd say you two at least learned something from it. Not that it completely cancels it out, but you know. Sun nods and smiling brightly as usual. I sigh, glancing at the remaining cables. I take my phone out of my pocket to check the time quickly. 5 a.m. Well, I'm officially pulling an all-nighter. Nothing I'm unfamiliar with.
Woo! Cable.
Oh yeah, cables.
The cable. The cables.
The cables.
Oh, we.
As you guys could tell, this is Cherry's favorite activity.
Oh no. Oh no. It is not my favorite. How dare you?
It is your favorite.
Woo!
I stay seated on the floor for a minute, stretching my arms above my head as I lay down on the cold, hard tile. Sleeping in that chair definitely didn't do my back any favors. I closed my eyes for a minute to block out the fluorescent light pouring into my eyes. Not that it really helps. Hints of orange and yellow managed to break through. I stay like that for a minute until something blocks out the light. Opening them, I see Sun standing over me, hands on his knees.
Are you okay, Chiram?
My arm over my eyes. Yeah, I'm good.
Need a hand?
I hear his footsteps move around me, a good enough sign to peek out from under my arm as any. Sun's giving me his outstretched hand.
Take his hand or
Take
I'm
his
fine.
hand.
Of
Take
course.
his hand.
Of course. Absolutely. Sun
Absolutely.
points.
Points. Breathing out a laugh, I set my arm beside me and use my other to grab his. He smiles brightly as he pulls me up, putting his other hand on my shoulder for balance. Thanks.
No problem.
Sun gives me a pat on the shoulder before starting to walk back to the desk. I'm about to follow him, but I stop when I notice something. A few handprints on his back along with bits of what I'm assuming is paint and mercury. Sun?
Yes?
Is that paint on your back?
Oh!
Sun laughs bashfully, waving his hand.
That's nothing. You know how kids are.
Well, yeah, I figured. Does the maintenance stuff help you with that, at least? All he does is fidget with his hands, eyes towards the computer. Well, that answers it.
Ask why or say nothing. I think we need to pry.
Try a little bit. Just a wee bit, right?
Yeah. Sun points.
Points! Eyebrows furrowed, I follow Sun back to the desk. Staff really can't be bothered, huh?
Huh?
I lean over the desk, resting both my arms on it as I look up at him. I don't know, the way you talked about the staff here. Do they really care that little about you and Moon? Sun shrugs, trying to keep the mood up.
Well, we're not for everyone. Some don't mind us, others do. But we try.
Uh-huh. So you're sure it's fine? Sun nods, the bells on his wrist emitting a soft chime as he gives me a double thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
You think whoever's at parts service would be more on top of
Well, I'm sure they're busy. There's no need to bother them.
Sun's body is giving up a different signal. His hands wave everything off, his rays shrink back, and his smile is forcing its way onto his face. Something wrong?
No,
I blink. Sun clearly knows I'm not convinced.
just they're busy enough as is. Wouldn't want them worrying about us.
It's about the bug.
Uh,
Sun staring at the floor, one hand fidgeting with the ribbons around his wrist. He nods. Well, you want to talk about it? If not, it's...
no. Mooney already let you in on it. It's only fair that I tell you some things too, right?
If you insist.
Well, while the daycare was closed, we weren't really seeing anyone. And of course, the staff didn't stick around long when they had to come in here. They mainly stopped by to install the generators and make sure they were working, to keep Moon away. And I heard some of them talking once. One of them asked if they really needed to keep both of us around after...
Give me one moment.
No problem.
Yes?
Don't worry about this. This is, technical difficulties.
Oh. So that's why he doesn't like arts and service. He's still worried that they're gonna get rid of Moon.
Everything's fine now, I know that. I still can't help but worry, though. I don't know if I can handle being completely alone here.
Mentioned Sun being isolated for a while. But if the staff did all that to keep Moon at bay...
Try lifting the mood, ask what Moon did.
I think we should try lifting the mood.
You think?
Yeah.
He seems down. We should probably do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
Sun points.
Points! Well, you clearly don't like the idea of being separated like that. Sun nods. But hey, imagine if instead Moon just had his own body.
What?
You know, you both get your own bodies. You don't have to do the thing where you switch when the lights turn off and on, you know? I shrug. Sun seems deep in thought.
If that happened...
I can hear the gears turning. Literally.
Ugh! Oh my gosh! I could finally hug him!
That's exactly what he comes to.
You are such a precious bean.
You're such a piper. I jumped slightly, not expecting Sun to shout like that. Well, someone has his priorities set. But yeah, there's food for thought.
We can't eat, though.
Really?
Yes? Why would we?
Just stories about one of the Glamrocks eating trash. I thought maybe...
What?
Nothing. To be fair, that would explain why their mouth didn't open. Maybe I should try steering this conversation back on track. So, how do you feel about how things are now? I fidgeted with the scroll of this button on the computer mouse. Glancing at the time, we are already almost halfway through the hour. Didn't think my shift would include this much talking. At least that makes this job more interesting. More interesting than sorting cables in silence.
I can definitely say I like how things are. Feels nice knowing everything is mostly back to normal.
Good, at least. Sun suddenly grabs my shoulder and forces me to face the computer.
Keep going then. I don't want to keep you from your responsibilities for too long.
Fair enough. Look back at the time and sigh as Sun sits on the desk again. Sakes! I would have inhaled a whole bottle of melatonin pills if I knew I'd be up this late. Sun seems to do a double take, pointing at me like he wants to say something before backing off. What?
Language!
I raise an eyebrow, cracking a slight smile at his antics. Son, I'm an adult. There's no one around. And there's no one around.
I know, it's just force of habit.
I snicker at that. Even though he's not working, he has a filter.
Try to make son cuss, or that's cute.
Oh, what should we do? Make him flustered or joke with him?
I don't know. What are you feeling?
Cute.
You want to be the, you want to be, you want,
Let's see how red you can become, mister. Sun points!
Points. That's kind of cute, not gonna lie.
Whoa! Hey, dude.
He's so handsome.
Look at you! The art is beautiful!
His hands. The way his hand is, like, over his other hand.
I'm just saying, hands are hard to draw, so kudos to the freaking artist.